Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time, welcome. Today we have a exciting unboxing and a first one for an LDY product. One that I am personally incredibly excited for, the Kite v1.5 trainer. And I know some of you have been wanting this for a while, ever since I did the review on the original V2 trainer, and trust me, so have I. So let's get into it. All right, so I actually did get a chance to open it earlier, mostly just to clean off the Balisong from any oil and open it from the small package. So that's gonna be different, but everything else here is gonna be essentially untouched. So first up, the LDY screwdriver. And so this thing right here, for those that don't know, is something that LDY made a little while back. And what it is a mini screwdriver that holds about 3 bits that they provide for you. So you can tune your Balisong on the go or just retighten the pivots. How cool is that? And mind you, it's magnetized. And so you won't have to worry about this falling out when you are trying to do anything, or if you just travel, because again, there's a little key ring for keys. And I just think it's incredibly neat and nifty. And this is something I already have a couple of, but I bring this with me when I go on work trips because I don't want to bring a whole screwdriver. And this works perfectly for what it is. Next up is going to be the cleaning cloth. For you guys, I'm not sure how you use this, but I actually don't use this to clean my Balisongs. I use this as a mat for disassembling because I work on my desk a lot, and so I don't want to get it dirty, especially the mouse pad that my fiance got me. I use this, so LDY, thank you for that. Next up is going to be their little NFC tag, and if you guys haven't seen this from LDY, or you have but never tried using it, this is what it looks like. So, you get to see my search. I was looking at the Titan X because I need dry fire practice. Boom, there you go. Takes you to the LDY website. Yeah, it's just so funny. All right, and of course the hardware. And I will always be grateful to LDY for their hardware. So here we have 2 sets of extra pivots, 2 sets of extra pivot screws, 4 washers, 2 bushings, and 8 weight pins. Yeah, these weight pins are, I'm assuming, the same size as the Zen pin. So these are steel pins that can be used to weight the end of the Balisong, because I do know that there's a weight system for this. But we'll see if I need to change it depending on how much I actually like this. And last, the Balisong. So we're gonna just jump right into it. So right here, we have the Kite version 1.5 trainer. This trainer comes in at around $75, so about $10 less than this one, the version 2 trainer. And there's a couple of reasons for that. So for one, this one has dual stage anodization, and this one, I actually just got the cheapest version because I didn't care about the anodizations that much and wanted to focus on having a good price. So I just have the basic black G10 and no ano. But before we flip, let's take a look at some of the designs. So if you notice here, the G10 here, completely almost smooth. You may be able to see some very, very faint milling lines. Edges here look a little sharp and they feel a little sharp. I wonder if this will smooth down the more I flip it. Ooh, sound. Immediately I notice a sound. So this is what it looks like open. The blade itself, very unique, harpoon style blade, harpoon Bowie style. Nice cutouts, bottle opener. Itself, beautifully chamfered. I don't know if you should be able to kind of see the chamfering. I think it's amazing. So you see these cutouts on the inside? If you haven't seen the videos of the sound test for this Balisong, it's absolutely insane and very, very glassy. So all these cutouts here is to 1, reduce weight, and 2, to produce a glassy acoustic sound, as mentioned by LDY. And we'll see if that annoys me by the review, but I think it sounds fantastic. And last but not least, let's take a look at the jimping actually. And immediately, very good first impressions. It's just past 1/3 of the length of the handle. And let's look at that. You see how it protrudes past the G10? And what's even better is that there's jimping on both sides of the handle. Would you look at that? Interestingly, because the LDY Orion V2 only has jimping, so no jimping on the inside, but there's jimping on the outside, just on the outside. Very good first impression so far. Let's do a quick sound test. Ooh, that's loud. Oh my God. Crazy. Bouncy. It's so old. Here's a prediction. It actually might annoy me since it's actually such a loud Balisong. Oh my God. But I will say so far, ooh, the flipping is really promising. Let's see how this thing flips. Oh no. Triple aerial. All right, so now that we got some time to flip this thing, immediately, so a couple things. It's so much more neutral than I would have anticipated, especially as a trainer. And I wonder if that's because of Blade Bias's video. And I don't know if you've seen that video yet, but you should definitely take a look, especially with the original Kite AL, not the Kite version 1.5 like I have here. Ethan mentioned in that video that it feels so incredibly premium, but the issue with it is that it doesn't fan well. He doesn't like how it fans. And that's incredibly interesting because it's, God, I'm actually kind of at a loss for words of how neutral this is. And for comparison, like the fans on the Orion V2, incredibly flat. So let's take a look at the Kite now. It's not as flat as the V2 Orion, but it's very, very close to it. And that's so interesting. And I do think that can contribute to, again, a different design in the version 1.5. It's improved now. I think it is probably because of these cutouts. I don't know if the original Kite Al had the same cutouts, but I'm thinking that these could be a reason why. And maybe, I'm curious to see what the weights look like under this. I will include a photo probably here for you so you can see, because I am very interested. And maybe I'm thinking there's either maybe just one or two weights or maybe none at all in the end. But the surprising part about it is it still carries rollover and chaplain tricks incredibly well. It doesn't feel like there's some level of lost momentum in it. And I do think it is probably because there is a decent bit of handle material here. So flippability wise, wow, it feels good for chaplains, rollovers, fans, aerial to chaplain. It's just very nice. Twirls are not at all fatiguing. It feels so incredibly flowy and light that it's just wonderful. Alrighty, now let's take a look at comfort. The G10 for this is so incredibly smooth. And I guess if you really want a good representation, here's another picture of the other kites with different patterns in G10 colors, but you could probably see the patterns in those better than just straight black G10. It's so comfortable and it almost feels like it has some level of grip. It's not in any way, shape, and form chalky at all. It's kind of amazing. I definitely do feel the sharp edges on the edge of the handles, especially if I fan. So I don't fan like this. Oh, bad chair. I fan like this, resting it in the palm of my hand. I can feel it every time it passes by my palm. I don't like it, but I know for a fact this will smooth down over time and then I will stop caring about it. Kind of how like the Crescent had incredibly aggressive G10 milling on it, which was nice for grip, but too aggressive for comfort. After about a month and a half of like flipping that like almost all the time, it smoothed down very, very well to where it was comfortable and I didn't have to worry about it. So comfort feels fantastic, especially when doing chaplains on this thing. The blade is so nicely chamfered. So one thing right now, jimping here, they did a fantastic job. So far between the version 2 Orion and this, I am really, really liking this. And granted, I have to flip this for a good period of time before I can get solid thoughts on this, because the Kite version 1.5 here has gone through the Kite Beta, Kite L, and then this. So there's been multiple iterations leading up to this design. I do not want to do LDY, the disservice of giving a half-assed opinion on this Balisong, because so far, I love it. The design of everything of it so far is fantastic. Except maybe the ringing. I might try to see if there might be inserts for this down the road to limit the ringing. I don't like it as much. It's just too loud. It sounds good, but it's too much. It's really loud. My fiance will be very upset if I flip this a lot, which is sad because I want to flip this all the time as of now. So right now, first impressions of this Balisong, absolutely amazing. In the unboxing experience, like I mentioned in my Orion comparison, LDY has only gotten better. So I'm very, very happy, very, very excited what I got for $75. So everyone who's watching, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to watch and support this content. Keep your eyes out for the long-term review of this thing, because I have a lot of thoughts right now that I need to put onto paper and then put into video for you guys. And I can only imagine that those ideas will either get condensed or expand depending on how I feel about this. Thank you again for taking your time to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. So thank you so much. Please take care of yourself. Take care of those that you love. Be a kind, wonderful person today and every day. And of course, thank you so much for watching.